I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. All right, we are back to the show here. And welcome back. I'm still trying to stall a little bit to get more people, more viewers to come on in. So come on in. We got this door open. I can see you through the screen. This is Coffee Talk Podcast. Come on in and let's sit down, man, and enjoy some coffee, man. This is Coffee Talk Podcast. Let me know what time it is. Hey, will y'all give me just one moment? What I want to do again is I want to do one more 30-second commercial break just so I can get something, all right? And then when we get back, we're going to go ahead and dive on in. So I'm going to go ahead and hit you with another 30-second commercial break. And I do apologize, but I know that y'all's down for me. Y'all here with me. So I'll be back in 30 more seconds. Thank you. All right, welcome back to Coffee Talk Podcast. And I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is the Cultural Variety Podcast Show. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and dive right in and talking about Mr. Bill Cosby, Dr. Cosby, and the allegations that's going on. Do we still call it allegations? I mean, it is in state court of California. So that's public. Anything that's in any judicial system is typically public, but I still respect the doctor, so I'm gonna go ahead and just call it allegations. But here's what we got: a Los Angeles jury found comedian Bill Cosby liable in a civil case brought by Judith Huth, a woman who claimed he sexually assaulted her as a teenager in the 1970s. The jury, comprised of 8 women and 4 men, awarded Huth $500,000 in damages. No punitive compensation was awarded. Huth first filed the case in 2014, claiming sexual battery and both intentional and neglect infliction of emotional distress. The original filing stated that the incident happened in 1974. 1974. The incident happened in 1974. The incident happened in 1974 when Huth was 15 years old. But the timeline was later revised to 1975 when Huth was 16. This sounds like somebody's playing with the ages and the years there. Judith Huth, she arrived at the courthouse for the start of her civil trial against actor Bill Cosby on June 1st, 2022 at the Los Angeles Superior Court in Santa Monica, California. But however, Mr. Cosby, through his lawyers, Dr. Cosby has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. In her complaint, Huth told of meeting Cosby at a park where he was filming a movie. And what she stated is that later on that evening, Bill Cosby had got together with her, took her to the Playboy Mansion, and that's where she was sexually assaulted. So that's the little situation with that. So before we go into this story, man, what do y'all think about Mr. Bill Cosby's legacy? What do you think about all of the allegations, all of the women coming forth? Let me tell you, do you believe it? Do you think there's that it happened? Do you think it didn't happen? Do you think there should be a statute of limitations in place? I'll say this, and I almost sneezed, but you notice these last 3-4 years, let's just say 5 years, the Me Too movement has been a situation where women can come out and discuss things that's happening to them. Now, if there is something that happened to a woman, then of course, we at Coffee Talk support any type of sexual violence. So again, we at Coffee Talk support women getting their just due against anybody that may have touched them in any type of way or took advantage of them. So I want to say that first and foremost. But with the women's Me Too movement coming out these last 5 years, one of the things that I think is that it makes a man guilty right away. You know, anybody can say that you did something to them nowadays, and especially if you're a black male, and then you're just guilty. We used to live in a country, man, where it used to be proven innocent until guilty. And for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, that has changed in this country. You know, now you're guilty and you got to prove yourself innocent. And it's very hard to do that because of television. Television manipulates people's thought process. You know, it's TV programming. So again, television, they can go ahead and make you look guilty, and that's just what it is. You know, that's just what it is. You know, the saying by Malcolm X when he talked about the media and how powerful it is. You know, but let's go ahead and get into Dr. Cosby just a little bit more, because I do want to hear your comments. So I want to go ahead and get that going with you guys and ladies and gents and people, supporters, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's my thoughts. Cosby is known for his performances in both film and television, and is perhaps the most famous of his portrayal of the family patriarch, Dr. Cliff Huxtable, on my favorite show, and probably yours, the sitcom The Cosby Show, which ran from 1984 to 1992. He started his career as a stand-up comedian, performing on television shows, nightclubs, and releasing many comedy albums. That's right, comedy albums. Comedy albums, y'all, used to be as popular as buying an album back in the 90s. Yeah. Oh, man. Red Fox has an album. Bill Cosby has an album. Richard Pryor has an album. Y'all got to check them out, man. Go into the archives, look into YouTube. I know y'all got the technology in your pocket. Go ahead and check out some of them, those comedy albums. And I'll tell you what we used to do. We used to go ahead, and during that time, it was cassettes. We go ahead and put in the cassette player of the comedy, man, and just drive, man. And you would have a wonderful time, man. You'll be laughing wherever you driving to. You know what I'm saying? That's how funny those comedy albums are, man. Make sure you check them out. Bill Cosby, Dr. Cosby also got his start in the television drama series I Spy. And that was back in 1965 to 1968 with Robert Koch. He then starred in the Bill Cosby Show from 1970 to 72, the New Bill Cosby Show in 1972, The Electric Company in 1971 and 1973, and also the show Cosby from 1996 to 2000. He created and voiced the characters in the animated television projects of Hey, 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 it's Fat Albert in 1969, and Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids in 1972 to 1985. You know, one of my coolest characters of the Fat Albert gang was my boy Rudy, man. You know what I'm saying? Rudy had the little cool hat, man, the little cool walk. Yeah, big shouts out to Dr. Cosby and Fat Albert, man. You know, if your kids like some good, funny cartoons, man, with some messages, man, make sure you just put on YouTube tonight, man. Go into the archives YouTube, pull up a video of Fat Albert and watch you a good episode, man. All right. Dr. Cosby also produced a spinoff of his Cosby Show to a spinoff sitcom called A Different World. Different World was very influential, very impactful. It made all the cool brothers, man, want to go to school. All the cool brothers want to get knowledge yourself. All the cool brothers, man, didn't want to be no dummy, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to make sure that they was learning something or retaining something. And that's what Different World did for us, man. If it wasn't for Different World, man, I wouldn't even have slid off to college. You know what I'm saying? But it was Different World. It was Bill Cosby, who I remember used to have specials on TV, and he would just teach us a lot about our culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's Mr. Bill Cosby right there. The Different World, which actually aired from 1987 to 1993, and then Dr. Cosby came with another show called The Cosby Mysteries from 1994 to 1995. It only lasted a year. Then he went on to host Kids Say the Darndest Things from 1998 to 2000. And he also hosted the TV special Sesame Street, 20 Years in Steele County in 1989. But what he's really famous for what your fathers love them for, what your uncles love them for, what your mama loves them for, what your aunties love them for, what your grandma loves them for, is the two classic films with the other legendary actor Sidney Poitier in the movies Uptown Saturday Night back in 1974 and Let's Do It Again 1975. I swear in comedy genre, those two movies are definitely in my top shit, somewhere in between my top 5, top 7. On the lower side though, so they're getting really close to like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, man. I'm gonna just say a few things, and I want you to tell me, man. Go ahead and leave a comment of your thoughts on this, as far as regards to Dr. William Henry Cosby Jr. Number one, man, Dr. Cosby was the originator of the Coogee sweaters, man, and the cardigan sweaters, man. Always been a sweater type dude, a cardigan sweater. Since I was knee high, you know what I'm saying? Still rock them to this day. What's your thoughts on the Coogee? I remember Cass used to travel on the bus to go get Coogee sweaters, man, that cost $250, $300, $400, $500, $600 sweaters, man. You know, felt wonderful on the body. But yeah, I don't know if they really deserved to cost that much. But because Bill Cosby was rocking them back then, they were very popular. Tell me, what was your first Coogee sweater? How much did you pay for it? What color was it? You know what I'm saying? Did you have the winter hat with it? Tell me a little bit more about your Coogee sweater or your cardigan sweater. You got any pictures of it? Go ahead and leave it in the comments. Definitely would love to hear from y'all. And we definitely appreciate y'all supporting the show. Number 2, Dr. Cosby was teaching us Black history on TV. Have anybody seen any video footage of that? If you want to see video footage of that, you can actually, again, go in on YouTube, check out the video of Dr. Cosby, man, doing his thing. My third thoughts is Fat Albert. Legendary cartoon. It's before Huey and I forgot the other kid's name on the Boondocks, which is my favorite animated show is the Boondocks. I know it's not shown anymore, but I'm still a big fan. Fat Albert and them's next, you know, Thundercats, stuff like that, man. It was my era growing up. But what's your thoughts on Fat Albert? Did y'all see the little kid movie Fat Albert? Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I got a surprise for you. If you can name all the characters of Fat Albert, I'll put something in the mail for you, straight from Coffee Talk Podcast. I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but I'll definitely pay for shipping and handling, and it'll definitely get to you. So again, go ahead with this challenge. Go ahead and leave the characters of Fat Albert and his homeboys. Go ahead and leave that in the comments, and I'll make sure that you get something nice from Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. All right, so we are where we are, and we're going to go ahead and move right into the next segment. The next segment is violence at the clubs and the bars, and then what's the solutions? I caught some flack, y'all. I caught a little bit of flack from my homeboys, man. A lot of them didn't like what I said. They still love, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, I meant what I said. And here's my thoughts on the matter. You know, even today in Minneapolis, we had like 4 people shot by a bridge. And, you know, it's really getting out of hand. No, we don't have a lot of murders nationally to the high levels of cities of like Miami, Chicago, New Jersey, things like that. But it, you know, it's a little ugly over here right now in this state of ours. Let's just say that. And so what made me want to talk about this topic tonight was you know, every day I scroll through Facebook, man. I try to look for intelligent conversations with intelligent people, man. Sometimes that shit go left, but I definitely don't want that to go left. I just love to have good conversations with people. So most of the times it goes right. You know what I'm saying? But I saw a video. I was scrolling Facebook. I saw a video of people just acting savage. You know what I'm saying? They was fighting all in this place downtown. They called it the Gold Room. You know, no diss to the Gold Room, no cap. But you know, they say there was video footage. I saw the footage. just wild out fighting going on up in the club, man. And that's no diss to the club. I know they do the best that they can do with their security staff and management staff. So salute to them. But talking about the Patreons, people are tripping out there in the entertainment zones of downtown Minneapolis. So I came up with a solution. My solution is this, man. What we got to do if people want to enjoy themselves, because listen, first, people want to enjoy themselves. They're working hard in their companies or their businesses or whatever, but they want to let their hair down at the end of the week. They want to have a good time, whether that's going to watch a comedy show, and that's whether to go dance or whether to go eat. They want to have a good time, and they deserve to have a good time. Then you have the owners of these clubs. They deserve to give the people what they want: a nice atmosphere, nice environment, nice food, nice music. And that's how they make their money. So they have a right to that as well. But we don't have to have savage behavior and savage interactions going on that is unsafe to everybody. So what do? My solution is this, man. All clubs, man, start making them, because they're clubs, right? Start making a membership only. That's it. Make a membership only. Find you an annual fee where people can pay you. You know what I'm saying? And make that annual fee. Allow them to have 2 guests, because typically when people go out, they don't have nobody but their partner or their homegirl and maybe one other partner or homegirl. You usually only see about the most of 3. You start to see 4, 5, 6, 7 people, man, it could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It just don't look good, especially if, ain't no women in there. You know what I mean? So my thoughts is start to make the clubs membership annually. This will keep out all the bullshit. This will keep out the cats that's holding the wall up. That's a term we used to say in the 90s. They ain't in there buying nothing, and they ain't spending nothing. They just in there holding the wall up, looking at who's talking to who, getting mad if they know that their girl's getting hollered at or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They coming out to the club just to have a problem, because of course, some of these people, they have these little twitches in their brain, and they don't know how to just have a good time. They feel like a good time is acting bravado, acting like they the baddest of the bad, the cooler of the cooler, you know what I'm saying? And they want to start trouble, you know what I'm saying? And innocent victims get hurt. So again, my solution is, you might not like it, I like it, but we need to start going ahead and making sure that people have memberships to clubs. Now the bars got to be a little bit more tight on the bar, man. First of all, bars have to have real security. Sometimes it hurts my heart. Most of the times it hurts my heart, man, when I go try to support a bar, man, and they don't got the proper security staff. Because then I feel like the bar is really worried more about their money and not my life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to frequent with those type of bars too often. You know what I'm saying? But, you can catch us in the hood or whatever. That's our hood, but at the same time, we got to be very very reluctant to where we are, very, cautious to where we are, man, and what we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though we don't have problems with nobody, but still, man, that's what the type of temperature it be when it comes to these bars and clubs lately. So again, let's go ahead and make people bored, man. Go ahead and shut the bars down unless they have membership. You know what I'm saying? When they have membership, then we can get back to cracking and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Now, what does this do as part of the solution? Well, what this does is it starts to make brothers bored if they can't get into the clubs. You know what I'm saying? A bored man is not just going to sit on his ass, because the idle time is like devil's time. But it may make him start to think critically. It may make him start to want to do something other than just hang around, pants hanging, not having nothing to do, taking out your anger on innocent people. You know what I'm saying? So again, with the summer getting ready to blaze up, it's almost July. Maybe we'll look at it. But if there's any more continuous violence, unnecessarily violence, and that's what we need to do. We need to shut the bars down for a little bit, let them get established in part of a memberships, and then reopen. And those that don't have memberships, you just can't come in. And I'd rather you not be there anyway. Who wants a bunch of tough guys at the bar? I'm not in there for that. I'm in there to hear some good music, have some good food, and socialize with some beautiful women. You know, that's just what we do. You know. So tell me what your thoughts are on the violence in the clubs and the bars, man. What's the solution? Go ahead and leave a comment, hit the like button, share this video, and definitely subscribe, y'all. It's free. It's free. Look in my eyes and look at what I'm thinking. Subscribe. Can you subscribe for me today? Can you go on YouTube and subscribe for me today? You know, I really would appreciate that, man. We're just trying to get better and better every episode, and that's what we're going to continue to do here at Coffee Talk Podcast, no doubt. So I want to go ahead and say this as we get ready to end our show. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in the show. Thank you for leaving commentary. And I just want to go ahead and hit y'all with the universal peace sign, and I'm going to say I'm out of here. Y'all don't get no show Monday. This is Sunday. Going into Monday, so this is going to be y'all's Monday show. But I tell you what, we will be back on Wednesday for Wednesday Night Sports Edition. Until then, y'all stay tuned, supporting all the podcasters out there in the podcast universe, especially mine. And I'm going to hit you with that universal peace sign. It's the God MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is the Cultural Variety Podcast Show. We out of here, man. Peace and love.